Hi everyone, I welcome everyone in the second part of the schemes, the compilation of schemes of January month. So basically we are done with the part 1, and in this video we are going to start with the part 2, in which rest of the schemes that were there in January month will be completed. So we are done with the 2 sessions. Basically after this video gets completed, we'll be done with the 2 sessions, and rest will be what will be left, your revision section. That will include your entire January. That includes your PIB in general news, and that will include your schemes as well. So basically we are going with 2 parts. We are done with the part 1 of schemes. We are done with the part 1 of PIB compilation as well of January month. Now I am doing part 2 of schemes, and rest part 2 of PIB compilation. In general, PIB compilation is left. After we complete it, of course, one session will be on the complete revision section, in which the entire month's PIB news will be asked from all of you in the form of MCQ. So basically, before starting, this is again Telegram scanner. We keep on posting the links regarding the videos, keep on posting everything that is compulsory for all of you to know. So you can of course scan it and join it. Now the news, or I would say the scheme we have, is on that cabinet has given approval for the extension of one-time special package on diammonium phosphate, which is DAP, and this is beyond the NPA subsidy. Okay, now we'll see that what it is, what is all about the news. So basically, if you see, the Union Cabinet, which is chaired by the Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, has given approval for the extension of DAP, which is one-time special package on your diammonium phosphate, beyond the nutrient based subsidy, which is your NBS, for the period from 1/1/2025 till further orders. Okay, so there is an extension on it. And if I talk about this nutrient based subsidy, so it is entirely based on the nutrients, and it is best identified that urea is not used in it. And if I talk about the macro objective of this providing I would say for subsidy on the fertilizers here, so the entire idea is कि जो फर्टिलाइजर्स के ऊपर जो हमें सब्सिडी मिल रही है, पहला कि हमारी जो क्रॉप है, जो हमारा यील्ड है, दैट शुड बी दैट शुड बी ए क्वालिटेटिव क्रॉप. इट शुड नॉट बी द केस कि हम यूरिया डाल के या फिर वो अलग से केमिकल्स डाल के अपनी क्रॉप को ही बर्बाद कर रहे हैं. वी आर मेकिंग आवरसेल्व्स अनहेल्दी ऑल्सो. सो द इंटायर आइडिया इज कि जो फर्टिलाइजर्स है या फिर जो हमारे जो भी हम गुणकारी चीज़ें अपने पौधों को दे रहे हैं, दैट शुड बी न्यूट्रिएंट बेस्ड ओनली, एंड नॉट इट शुड नॉट include a lot of urea and a lot of chemicals. So the entire objective is to ensure the sustainable availability of DAP at the affordable prices to the farmers, and this will lead to sustainable development, as in कि जो हमारा जो crop yield है, that should be sustainable in manner, because whenever farmers use chemicals and pesticides and insecticides, of course it hampers, or I would say it destructs the quality. It destructs the quality of the soil, it destructs the quality of the plant, and it destructs the quality of our environment as well. So एक जो chemical डाला जाता है, it has multiple bad effects on multiple I would say multiple products. It has bad effect on your plant, it has bad effect on your soil. Your soil quality would be degraded when you are continuously putting chemicals on it. The soil quality would be degraded. So the entire idea is कि जो DAP है, it should be provided to the farmers since it is nutrient based, but it should be provided to them at affordable prices since it is completely nutrient based. So of course it would be it would be costly in manner. So farmers को वही चीज क्या provide करवाई जाए, affordable price पे provide करवाई जाए, but full freedom is given to the retail producers that okay, farmers को ये चीज क्या है, ये जो particular product है, फिर जो हमारा nutrient based है, it should be provided to them for at subsidized prices, but you have full freedom to sell it at retail price at whatever cost. So it is retailers are making profit out of it for the rest of the the society, but in case of farmers इनको subsidies पे ही मिला जा रहा है. So entire idea is कि affordable prices पे farmers को क्या मिले, ये जो DAP है उसकी availability हो. So the initiative guarantees smooth availability of DAP fertilizers at affordable prices for farmers during the Kharif and Rabi seasons 2024 and 25, and you have to remember that it is an expansion beyond your NBS, which is your nutrient based subsidy, right, which is your nutrient based subsidy, and it is, which whenever I talk about DAP, it is beyond that. ठीक है, beyond मतलब NPS के जो साथ साथ जो NBS पे भी जो हमारा जो न्यूट्रिशन बेस्ड सब्सिडी तो हमें मिलती ही मिलती थी, एंड देन टायर जो सब्सिडी मिलती है वो उसी के ऊपर बेस्ड रहती है कि आपका जो यू नो वॉट एवर द फर्टिलाइजर्स यू आर यूजिंग उसमें कितना न्यूट्रिएंट्स है, ठीक है, कितना न्यूट्रिएंट्स है उसी के हिसाब से जो सब्सिडी है दैट इज डिसाइडेड बाय द गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया. नाउ वी सेड that you know if I talk about nutrient based subsidy, so you have to remember that it was launched in April, or it was launched on April 1 2010. It is completely nutrient content of nitrogen, phosphorus and your potassium, ठीक है. And if I talk about the financial assistance that is provided, so it is provided on the non-urea fertilizers. It is provided on the non-urea fertilizers. So जो सब्सिडी प्रोवाइड करवाई जाती है उस पर भी यही चीज देखी जाती है कि आपकी जो फर्टिलाइजर है उसके ऊपर उसके अंदर जो है वो कितना न्यूट्रिएंट्स है, उसके अंदर कितने ज्यादा न्यूट्रिएंट्स है. द मोर न्यूट्रिएंट्स यू हैव इज accordingly subsidy is decided by the government of India. So it is entirely based on what? Balancing your soil fertilization, ठीक है, balancing or improving the quality of your soil, improving the quality of your crop yield, improving the quality of the water, ठीक है. So that is you know what is surrounded, I would say that is what included in this particular scheme, and it will enhance the agricultural productivity, it will improve the farmers returns as well, and it will improve the quality of your crops as well. Now what is the objective? I told you that balanced fertilization is the you know is one of the objectives. Affordable fertilizer prices पे उनको क्या करना, चीजें जो है वो प्रोवाइड करना, क्योंकि अगर हम यूरिया के साथ कंपेयर करें so it is comparatively cheaper, and you know farmers will also you know will always go for a cheaper option. So यहाँ पे सस्टेनेबिलिटी को भी ध्यान में रखते हुए, ताकि सस्टेनेबिलिटी को भी इम्प्रूव करा जा सके, गवर्नमेंट हैज टेकन एन इनिशिएटिव कि हम आपको सस्टेनेबल आई वुड से हम आपको सब्सिडी जो है वो प्रोवाइड करेंगे. वी विल प्रोवाइड यू दीज फर्टिलाइजर्स एट सब्सिडाइज्ड कॉस्ट, बट you promote sustainability, you make sure that you know your crop yield is sustainable in manner, as in the quality of your crop should not be compromised. We'll take care of the cost, but your quality should not be compromised. It will improve the nutrient efficiency, of course. अगर हम you know fertilizers, अगर fertilizers की बात करूँ, they are you know very rich in nutrients, of course it will improve the nutrient efficiency, and of course it is economically sustainable, and it is environmentally it is very sustainable in manner. So it is you know leading towards the entire, or I would say the macro perspective idea is about the sustainable development only through the means of agriculture here. Next, if I talk about the features of this particular scheme, so it is market determined prices. Now the government has said कि हम फार्मर्स को क्या करेंगे, सब्सिडाइज रेट पे जो है वो प्रोडक्ट देंगे, जो फर्टिलाइजर है दैट विल बी प्रोवाइडेड टू द फार्मर्स एट सब्सिडाइज प्राइस. बट व्हेन इट कम्स टू द रिटेल मार्केट, सो अ फुल फ्रीडम हैज बीन गिवन टू द रिटेलर्स दैट ओके यू कैन यू नो प्रोड्यूस इट, यू कैन सेल इट एट एनी कॉस्ट. सो इट इज completely on the market determined prices. Next, nutrient based subsidy, of course we know. Implementation authority, there is an implementation authority. PNK जो fertilizer supply है that is also there. Urea regulations in MRP freedom है, that I've already told you. So the implementation authority, whenever I talk about implementation authority, so the Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers is you know concerned with it. That is what I mean from implementation authority. I hope there is no confusion in it. Okay. Next we have is National Mission for Clean Ganga, that is your NMCG. Now you can get to know from reading the mission itself that यहाँ पे entire idea है कि जो हमारे गंगा जी हैं इनको clean करने की बात करी गई है. So the Executive Committee of the National Mission for Clean Ganga, that is your NMCG, has launched several initiatives, we all know, including your Chandauli sewage treatment plant aimed at rejuvenating and maintaining the cleanliness of Ganga river. ठीक है, this is the main aim. This is the main aim of this entire scheme. Of course, we have many of the schemes. We could have heard of you know Namami Gange program as well. सो अलग अलग प्रोग्राम्स हैं, बट एम क्या है कि हमारी जो गंगा है उसको साफ करना, रीजिविनेट करना, वट एवर द वेस्ट मटीरियल, द इंडस्ट्रीज हैव पुट देयर वेस्ट मटीरियल इनटू द गंगा, they have badly affected the aquatic life of Ganga. So the basic idea is to rejuvenate it. The basic idea is to rejuvenate the aquatic life, rejuvenate the Ganga, rejuvenate the river, or I would say rejuvenate the water there. So the entire idea is to clean the Ganga river. Now if I talk about this particular thing, then it is a registered society in 2011 under the Societies Registration Act 1860, and it operates under the Ministry of Jal Shakti. Okay. Now initially it was functioned as the implementation arm of the National Ganga River Basin Authority. Okay. Next, if I talk about what is the main aim behind this entire program, so entire program के पीछे aim यही है कि clean करना है, rejuvenate करना है, हमारा जो पानी है, हमारे जो गंगा माता जी है उनका भी ध्यान रखना है, ठीक है, जो पानी है उसको भी clean रखना है, फिर उसके बाद जो हमारी aquatic life है that is in that particular river, that is the Ganga, उसको भी क्या करना है, rejuvenate करना है. So it control the pollution, conserve it, rejuvenate the Ganga river using the river basin approach. River basin as in it gives a way for the further expansion, I would say, for the further wherever it goes, अगर कुछ snow गिर रही है तो it gives a way to stay, or I would say to go at a particular, or I would say at a macro level place. So it is basically a method जहाँ से जो पानी है उसको रास्ता दिया जाता है एक साइड को जाने को. So that is your river basin approach basically. Next we have is प्रधानमंत्री उच्चतर शिक्षा अभियान. उच्चतर as in के मतलब जो शिक्षा है फिर education है, that should be the level of it should be very qualitative in nature. The education level should be very very qualitative in nature. That is your उच्चतर. उच्चतर as in top level, top notch. So the shiksha whatever is included here, but before knowing that you will have an idea कि PM Usha basically है क्या कि जो शिक्षा की quality है, मतलब it is entirely related to your education, it is entirely related to your education system. So the quality of education, the improvement in the quality of education should be here. Next, if I talk about why is it in news basically, so the central government has sanctioned 676.70 crore for the infrastructure development of multiple universities and colleges in Odisha under the PM Usha scheme. ठीक है, ओडिशा में जो है it has been initiated, ठीक है, तभी ये क्या है न्यूज में है. नाउ इट हैज इवॉल्व फ्रॉम द राष्ट्रीय उच्चतर शिक्षा अभियान. इट हैज इवॉल्व फ्रॉम द राष्ट्रीय उच्चतर शिक्षा अभियान. अब क्या है, प्रधानमंत्री उच्चतर शिक्षा अभियान है, ठीक है. पहले क्या था, राष्ट्रीय उच्चतर शिक्षा अभियान था, विच वाज रूसा, विच वाज रूषा. नाउ इज योर ऊषा. रूषा से ऊंचा का, ऊषा का सफर, ठीक है, रूषा से ऊषा का सफर, ठीक है. अब it was launched in 2013, that was phase 1. phase 2 कब launch हुआ था, 2018 में. And in light of your new education policy, of course, whenever the government talks about the improvement of the education, of course the new education policy is always discussed here. New education policy that came in 2020, Rashtriya Uchchatar Shiksha Abhiyan RUSA scheme has been launched as a USHA in 2023. ठीक है, so it had 2 phases in which it was known as Rashtriya Uchchatar Shiksha Abhiyan. Now it has been it has been transformed to Uchchatar Shiksha Abhiyan. ठीक है. Next, it is a centrally sponsored scheme. Now I've many a times I've told you that basically we have 2 types of schemes. One is centrally sponsored, another one is centrally sector scheme. Under centrally sponsored scheme, it is implemented by another the government. तो इसमें 2 parties रहती हैं involved. Now the ratio is dependent, or is discussed accordingly. Many of the times this happens that the ratio is 50-50. Many of the times this happens that 60% is contributed by the central government and 40% is contributed by the state government. So accordingly it happens. So it is centrally sponsored scheme. And if I talk about the objective, then the objective is entirely about to address the higher education challenges in line with the new education policy 2020, enhancing the access, equity and excellence. Now we all know the meaning of equity here. In economics, or I would say in stabilizing the economy, it is very important that we move the path of equity. We follow the path of equity, not equality. Of course, equality is also an important part, but it is also very important to take care of the equity as well. जितना जिसको रिसोर्सेज का नीड है उसको उतना ही दिया जाए। अगर किसी इंडिविजुअल को किसी ज्यादा रिसोर्सेज की जरूरत है, इफ वी कंपेयर टू इंडिविजुअल्स, ठीक है, अगर एक इंडिविजुअल को ज्यादा किसी चीज की जरूरत है तो उसको ज्यादा दिया जाए। सिमिलरली अगर दूसरा इंडिविजुअल है एंड दैट पर्टिकुलर इंडिविजुअल हैज दैट थिंग ऑलरेडी, तो उसको कंपैरेटिवली कम दिया जाए। दैट इज इक्विटी। इक्वालिटीज दोनों को बराबर मिल रहा है। व्हेन वन इंडिविजुअल ऑलरेडी हैज दिस थिंग, तो ऑफ कोर्स वो जो है वो ज्यादा बढ़ जाएगा, है ना, उसके पास जो है वो चीजें ज्यादा आ जाएंगी। दैट विल क्रिएट व्हाट, दैट विल क्रिएट अ गैप। बट इक्विटी रेफर्स टू डिक्रीजिंग द गैप, सो प्रोवाइडिंग द एक्सेस, इक्विटी एंड एक्सीलेंस। ठीक है, अब इसका स्कोप क्या है? सो इट कवर्स द गवर्नमेंट एज वेल एज योर गवर्नमेंट एडेड इंस्टीट्यूशंस across the state and UTs. Again, if I discuss about the aim, so it provides the financial assistance to the state government, universities and colleges, including those in rural areas, ठीक है, to enhance their quality and ensure compliance with established norms and standards. ठीक है, next we have is key focus किसके ऊपर है? So I told you the key focus is on equity, access and inclusion. Inclusion as in that penetration, the in-depth penetration of it. Next we have is quality teaching and learning processes, accreditation of non-accredited institution, enhancing the accreditation, ICT based digital infrastructure, enhancing the employability through multidisciplinarity. So the entire focus is to increasing the quality of the education here. Okay, next we have is Unnat Jyoti by affordable LED for all, that is your Ujala. ठीक है, that is your Ujala. अब यहाँ से क्लियरली पता लगता है कि बेसिकली लाइट प्रोग्राम है, ठीक है, कि लोगों को भी क्या हो, जो लाइट्स वगैरह हैं जहाँ पे रूरल एरियाज में स्टिल दे आर नॉट अफोर्डेबल, दे कैन नॉट अफोर्ड, तो उनको बल्ब्स वगैरह दिया जाए, लाइट्स दिया जाए एट अफोर्डेबल प्राइसेस। सो बेसिकली इट इज अ व्हाट आई वुड से कि लोगों का भला करने की स्कीम है। इट इज अ वेलफेयर स्कीम इन विच इट इज डायरेक्टली टारगेटिंग टू द रूरल एरियाज। सो द मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ द पावर हैज कमेमोरेटेड 10 years of Ujala. ठीक है, so we have basically celebrated a decade of Ujala scheme. Originally it was launched as a domestic efficient lighting program, that was DELP. अब उजाला स्कीम जो है इसको 2015 में लाया गया था by the Prime Minister नरेंद्र मोदी जी. It was originally known as domestic efficient lighting program DELP, later rebranded as Ujala. ठीक है, पहले DELP बोला जाता था, then it was rebranded as Ujala. Now it evolved into the world's largest zero subsidy domestic lighting program. ठीक है, it evolved as a world's largest zero subsidy providing program. Objective क्या है? To revolutionize the household lighting by providing affordable एनर्जी एफिशिएंट एलईडी बल्ब्स, ट्यूबलाइट्स एंड फैंस। ठीक है, तो जिनके घरों में इलेक्ट्रिसिटी वगैरह या फिर अफोर्डेबल प्राइजेस पे जो है परचेज नहीं करा जाता है, तो लाइट प्रोग्राम है बेसिकली कि जो बल्ब है, ये जो जितनी भी चीज़ें हैं, फैंस वगैरह हो गए, उनको अफोर्डेबल प्राइस पे उनको जो है वो दिया जाए। ठीक है, नाउ इट इज जॉइंटली इंप्लीमेंटेड बाय द एनर्जी एफिशिएंट सर्विसेज लिमिटेड एंड योर डिस्कॉम्स अंडर द मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ पावर। ठीक है, next if I talk about if it includes, now I told you that it includes what, providing lights at the affordable prices. Now जो lights है वो हर जगह लग सकते हैं, and if I talk about the rural area, of course we have a street trees as well. It includes providing lights at households as well, within the households as well. So under it we have street light national program, जिसका main जो main objective है वो क्या है? सबसे पहले it was launched alongside the Ujala in 2015 only under the Prakash Path. It replaced what, conventional street lights with the energy efficient street lights to save energy and operational costs. इसकी जो implementing agency है, you can see it as EECSL. Now you could have seen कि बहुत सारी जगह पे जो LED lights है वो इस कदर लगी हैं कि ऊपर छोटे छोटे solar panels रहते हैं. So definitely it is what, they are utilizing the energy only, and it is reducing the cost. So once solar panel is adjusted there, it is fixed there, the energy that is required, or I would say the cost that you are paying for it, it becomes very less in manner. Next you have is Union Ministry stress the need for improved urban planning for sustainable cities. Now many a times we have talked about the smart cities, your rest of the cities, urbanization, sustainable urbanization, well planned urbanization cities as well. So यहाँ पे entire idea क्या है, sustainable cities का idea क्या है, why was it in use? So basically the Union Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs underscored the importance of sustainable urban planning, highlighting that by 2047 nearly 50% of the population is expected to reside in cities. Of course, why not? not? When resources are there in urban areas only, why would people sit in rural areas waiting for the government to launch many of the schemes there? Why would we wait for that? When things are better served at urban spaces, they are better served at urban places, so why would people wait, why would people keep sitting at in rural areas, and will keep waiting for the government to implement some magic plan, so that tomorrow when they wake up they'll see that okay, revolutionary changes have been implemented here? Why would they? We all know that with the growing population, and since the gap is between the urban and rural areas is increasing widely, we all know that people will migrate, and people are migrating from rural areas to urban areas. Why? Just because they don't have enough resources, they don't have enough connectivity. Though the government says that many of the opportunities, or I would say many of the schemes we are continuously implementing to increase the connectivity, but still the position, if I talk about the ground implementation, the position is still very at a bad level. So in fulfilling the gap, or I would say in search of the resources, people migrate from the rural areas to the urban areas. And since many of the people are migrating from the rural to the urban areas, it becomes the obligation of the government as well to improve the quality of cities. Okay, we have many problems. We have sewage problem, we have blockage problems, I think we have garbage problems, we have a lot of what to say, the big mountains of garbage dunks, and so the problem is still prevalent there. But how to solve that is the obligation of the government, of course. So what should be the measures for the improvement? So what to say, accordingly plan has to be made, accordingly planning has to be done. ठीक है, फिर उसके बाद अलग अलग वाटर मैनेजमेंट शुड बी देयर, ठीक है, फिर उसके बाद गार्बेज शुड बी प्रॉपरली मैनेज्ड, और the many of the infrastructure ability भी होनी चाहिए. And of course one of the I would say this problem can be reduced when connectivity is provided to the rural areas as well. जब वहाँ पे भी connectivity provide करवा दी जाएगी, so उनको भी माइग्रेट करने की जरूरत नहीं है, क्योंकि उनके पास भी जरूरतें पहुंच रही है, उनके पास भी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर है, उनके पास भी कनेक्टिविटी है. सो व्हाई वुड दे लीव देयर होम एंड माइग्रेट टू अर्बन एरियाज एंड वुड लिव in a high cost of living space? So this can be the measures, and what it leads to, so it will lead, or it will enhance the ease of living, leverage the data and technology as well, integrate the traditional knowledge, foster the inclusivity and sustainability as well. Next we have is PM Awas Yojana Urban. ठीक है, अब हमने बहुत बार रीड करा है PM आवास योजना, आवास एज इन हाउसिंग, ठीक है, आवास एज इन हाउसिंग, जहाँ पे आप रह रहे हो, जहाँ पे आपकी गृहस्थी है, ठीक है. सो आवास योजना अर्बन इज अ सेपरेट इनिशिएटिव, रूरल इज अ सेपरेट इनिशिएटिव, यू ऑल नो. अब अर्बन आवास योजना का बेसिकली मिशन क्या है कि दोज पीपल हु कैन नॉट अफोर्ड हाउसेज इन बिग सिटीज, और who in which there is only one person earning in a family, so उनका भी घर लेने का सपना है. To fulfill that, the government said that okay, you start initiating with this particular dream, we'll help you in it. हम आपको सब्सिडी प्रोवाइड करेंगे, ठीक है. सो इफ इट इन केस a case comes of registry, so the government provides you loan that subsidy on registry of the houses. Next, when it comes to loan, लो इंटरेस्ट पे आप लोन ले सकते हो. सो दीज आर द थिंग्स दैट आई वुड से द बेसिक हेल्प दैट इज प्रोवाइडेड टू द पीपल. नाउ द लॉन्च ईयर ऑफ दिस पर्टिकुलर scheme is 2015. It is extended to 2004. It was extended to 2004. If you consider the recent budget, then you could have seen that it has been further bifurcated. I would say it has been further extended. So आवास योजना को और further extend कर दिया गया है according to the budget that has been of this particular year. It comes under the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. Objective is again to provide pakka houses to all eligible households in the urban areas by 2022. This is the old data. This is the old data. Now it is again extended. The government has said that the Awas Yojana has been extended more. Now you can see the rate here. If I talk about credit linked subsidy scheme, then upfront interest rate may lie from 3% to 6.5%. Now the rest of the case, or I would say कि जो बाकी भी सारे हैं वो accordingly you can see कि what is the plan here. ठीक है, if I talk about the features here, so सबसे पहले तो women empowerment is one of the features. All weather housing units in kitchen, water, electricity and toilets. better quality of life for urban poor, security of the tenure, and adequate physical and social infrastructure is there. ठीक है. Next initiatives under the PMA Yojana, that is your PM Urban Yojana, affordable renting housing complexes is one of them. Global housing technology challenges India, GHTC India is one of them. CLSA Savas portal Yojana is one of them. ठीक है. Next you have about the schemes. It was launched in 2016. No, this is not included. It was launched in 2015 only, and we said कि ये क्या है, ये promote करता है किसको, हमारे जो urban facilities हैं, housing to the urban people is provided. This is not included. This is not a part of this particular scheme. Next we have is किसान पहचान पात्र. किसान पहचान पात्र as in पहचान मतलब identity, है ना, पहचान as in identity. ठीक है. अब पात्र की अगर मैं बात करूं, ठीक है, तो अगर मैं पहचान पत्र की बात करूं, सो बेसिकली वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट, अगर आज के टाइम पे बात करी जाएगी तो वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द डॉक्यूमेंट. ठीक है. सो बेसिकली फार्मर्स को कुछ ऐसा, किसान मतलब फार्मर्स को कुछ ऐसा डॉक्यूमेंट दे दिया जाएगा जिसमें उनको फैसिलिटीज प्रोवाइड करवाई जाएंगी. ठीक है. कुछ भी अगर बेनिफिट, कुछ भी सब्सिडी मिलनी होगी, कुछ भी फाइनेंशियल बेनिफिट मिलना होगा, सो दिस विल बी यूज्ड देयर. नाउ व्हाई इज इट इन न्यूज? द सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट हैज मेड इट मैंडेटरी फॉर द न्यू एप्लीकेंट्स टू obtain a farmer ID, that is your किसान पहचान पत्र, for the enrollment in the किसान प्रधानमंत्री किसान सम्मान निधि योजना, that is your PM किसान स्कीम. So अब PM किसान स्कीम के अंदर आने के लिए it is very important कि आप अपना पहचान पत्र बनाइए. ठीक है. आप अपनी एक आइडेंटिटी बनाइए ताकि जब भी आप इस पर्टिकुलर स्कीम के अंदर एनरोल करें तो बेनिफिट्स आपको डायरेक्टली प्रोवाइड करवाए जाए. ठीक है. नाउ व्हाट इज दिस? दिस इज अ डिजिटल आइडेंटिटी दैट इज सिमिलर टू आधार, that connects the farmers with the state land records to verify the land ownership. लैंड ऑनरशिप. अब जितनी आसानी से लैंड ऑनरशिप को आइडेंटिफाई कर लिया जाएगा उतनी आसानी से फार्मर्स को लोन भी मिल जाएगा. ठीक है. मार्केट एक्सेस जो है वो बढ़ जाएगा, पोस्ट जो मार्केट एक्टिविटीज है वो भी इजी हो जाएंगी. सो दिस इज द एंटायर ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट. द डेटा दैट इज कलेक्टेड थ्रू द फार्मर आईडी विल फॉर्म द फार्मर्स रजिस्ट्री, अ की कंपोनेंट ऑफ एग्रीस्टैक. दैट इज फार्मर्स रजिस्ट्री इज वन ऑफ द 3 रजिस्ट्रीज इन एग्रीस्टैक alongside geo-referenced villages, maps and crop zone registries as well. Okay, now you can see under it, it was launched in 2019. Central sector scheme hai. It comes under the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. What are the benefits? So basically annual transfer of 6,000 in 3 installments is made by the government of India to the farmers. It is for all of those farmers who have land holdings. So similarly 2,000 is provided in the month of April to July. उसके बीच में 2,000 मिलता है. अगस्त से नवंबर के बीच में rest of the 2,000 and December से मार्च के बीच में rest of the payment. ठीक है. Similarly, if I talk about the beneficiaries here, so all farmers families are given beneficiaries according to the land size. Next, if I talk about exclusion, so जो income tax pay करते हैं, they are excluded out of it. Certain professions and retired government employees are not included in it. Pensioners with a monthly pension are not included in it. Review and monitoring की अगर मैं बात करूँ, so it is reviewed and monitored by the National Review Committee that is headed by the Cabinet Secretary. 24/7 IVRS based help is there for the farmers. Kisan mobile app is also given by the government of India so that they can take help of it. If I talk about the implementation society, so it is National Farmers Welfare Program implementation society that takes care of the implementation of it. Next we have is Odisha has become 34th state to implement Ayush Bharat PMJ, that is the जन आरोग्य योजना. ठीक है. अब ये किसके रिलेटेड है? दिस इज डायरेक्टली रिलेटेड टू द हेल्थ केयर. दिस इज डायरेक्टली रिलेटेड टू द हेल्थ केयर. सो बेसिकली अगर 5 लाख के आसपास का अगर आपको खर्चा हुआ है, सो दैट विल बी मेड फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट शेयर. सो व्हाई इट इज इन न्यूज? बिकॉज द आयुष्मान भारत जन आरोग्य योजना AMAB PMJ is now being implemented in Odisha, making it 34th state to adopt the scheme. So Odisha क्या है? 34th state है ऐसी जिसने इस स्कीम को अडॉप्ट करा है. Next, if I talk about the world's largest health insurance scheme, which was launched in 2018 in Ranchi, Jharkhand, under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare (MOH and FW). Aim क्या है? To achieve universal health coverage. So to provide the universal health coverage, as in we all know कि health पे, education पे, अगर if you read the documents, if you read the budget, you will get to know कि इसके ऊपर कितना accordingly, comparatively, if I talk about the rest of the sectors, accordingly कितना कम पैसा खर्च करा जाता है. So idea यही है कि we have a lot of issues, we have a lot of problems, and you know a lot of people cannot afford it. How can we think of an individual who's not able to take 3 meals a day? How can we think that he'll be able to get what to say, get himself treated that too is at a high cost? तो उसके लिए गवर्नमेंट ने कहा है कि सब्सिडी आपको प्रोवाइड करी जाएगी अगर सर्टेन अमाउंट तक का खर्चा है, so of course that will be made up free of cost. Target group, it has covered 12 crore of financial families benefiting around 55 crore of individuals. Implementing agency कौन सी है? So it is National Health Authority, under the your Ministry of Health and your Family Welfare. Inclusion is based on the deprivation and occupational criteria of the socio-economic caste census, that is in 2011, for the rural and urban areas respectively. ठीक है, बेनिफिट्स क्या दिए गए हैं? सो कैशलेस कवरेज, हेल्थ कवरेज ऑफ 5 लाख पर फैमिली पर ईयर. नाउ वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट पर फैमिली, नॉट पर इंडिविजुअल. सो बेसिकली अगर 5 लाख का खर्चा है तो वो आपको फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट कर दिया जाएगा. नाउ इट कवर्स 3 days of pre-hospitalization, hospitalization and 15 days of hospitalization expenses, provides cashless access. One important thing to remember here, that only those hospitals will be covered who are accredited to this particular scheme. ठीक है, so वही हॉस्पिटल जो कि इसके अंदर आते हैं वही उन्हीं को क्या होगा, वहीं पे आपको बेनिफिट प्रोवाइड करवाया जाएगा, नॉट इन each and every hospital. Now ownership of technology and indigenous manufacturing will be there. Co-innovation in technology will be there. It will minimize the reliance on the imports, and it will promote the exports. Generate intellectual property rights. ठीक है. Next, if I talk about the focus areas, then these are there. ठीक है. Next we have is National Lively Stock Mission, that is NLM 2.0. Now lively stock mission, as in we are talking about the animals here, and if you talk about this particular scheme, it is improve the, or I would say it is highly oriented towards the white revolution. White revolution. ठीक है. Why is it news? Because the Ministry of Fisheries and Animal Husbandry and Dairying recently released the updated operational guidelines for the National Livestock Mission NLM 2.0. ठीक है. Now what they have said, that it will encourage the entrepreneurship, cluster based development would be there. It will emphasize the scheme like Animal Husbandry Infrastructure Development Fund to provide the financial assistance to them. और of course अगर ये बढ़ेगा तो क्या होगा, हमारा जो लाइफ स्टॉक क्वालिटी है या फिर जो मिल्क की क्वालिटी है, that will also be improved. It will introduce the capacity building initiatives and adoption of the modern technologies. Launch of NLM ADP dashboard to enable real time monitoring and ensure transparency, inclusive growth as in. And this is very similar to the what is provided to the farmers. उनको भी बेनिफिट प्रोवाइड करवाए जाते हैं, इनको भी टेक्नोलॉजी को थोड़ा सा इंटीग्रेट करके क्या करा जा रहा है, इंक्लूसिव डेवलपमेंट. नाउ वी ऑल नो दैट दिस कम्स अंडर द प्राइमरी सेक्टर, एंड अंडर प्राइमरी सेक्टर इट इज द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट ओनली कि development of that should be inclusive in nature. We should include livestock, we should include everything, and of course if the quality of the livestock is improved, it will increase the milk production, and that will lead to what white revolution. ठीक है. Next we have is watershed development project sanctioned under the PMKSY WDC T 2.0. Now watershed program में क्या होगा कि हमारा water का जो utilization है, that will be proper in manner. जो resources है उनका भी judicious use करा जाएगा. So why is it in news? Because the Department of Land Resources under the Ministry of Rural Development is executing the watershed development component of the Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana, that is WDC PMKSY. ठीक है. अब इसके अंदर क्या है कि जो implementation agency, that is the Department of Land Resources and the Ministry of Rural Development. The states which are covered here is Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka, Odisha, Tamil Nadu, Assam, Nagaland, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand and Sikkim. ठीक है. Area coverage कितना है? So each project is expected to cover approximately 5,000 of hectares. Coverage may be reduced in the hilly regions as well. Now the implementation is done with the integrated watershed management program, as it is a centrally sponsored scheme, since 2009-10. Now it will be integrated into this as the watershed development program component, and it was introduced as a continuation of the predecessor. ठीक है. Now what is PMKSY 2.0? So the implementation period is 2021 से लेके 2026 तक. ठीक है. सो इट बिकम्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. टारगेट एरिया क्या है, इतना इसको कवर करना है. ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या है, मिटिगेट द लैंड डिग्रेडेशन, एनहांस द फार्मर्स इनकम, इंप्रूव द क्लाइमेट रेजिलियंस थ्रू एक्टिविटीज लाइक सॉइल कंजर्वेशन, रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग एंड पास्चर डेवलपमेंट. ठीक है, दिस इज द एंटायर आइडिया हियर. सिमिलरली इट इज अ पार्ट ऑफ इट. पीएम जो कृषि सिंचाई योजना है, इट इज अ पार्ट ऑफ इट. ईयर क्या है इसका, लॉन्च ईयर वाज 2015. इट हैज बीन एक्सटेंडेड फॉर 2021 से लेके 2026 तक. सो इट बिकम्स वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. ठीक है, आउटले क्या है इसका, दिस मच इज द आउटले. ऑब्जेक्टिव की अगर मैं बात करूं, सो इट विल कन्वर्ज द इन्वेस्टमेंट्स इन द इरिगेशन इन द फील्ड लेवल, एक्सपैंड करेगा कल्टिवेबल एरिया को अंडर द अश्योर्ड इरिगेशन, इंप्रूव ऑन फार्म वाटर यूज एफिशिएंसी टू रिड्यूस द वेस्टेज ऑफ वाटर हियर. ठीक है, सो दीज आर द पार्ट्स ऑफ दिस योर ब्रॉडर स्कीम. ठीक है, इसके अंदर मेनली आइडिया क्या है कि जो वाटर रिसोर्सेज है उनको एफिशिएंटली मैनेज करना है, और वॉट एवर द रिसोर्सेज आर प्रोवाइडेड इन द एग्रीकल्चरल सेक्टर एज वेल, उनको भी जो भी हम रिसोर्सेज यूज करेंगे दैट शुड बी जुडिशियस इन मैनर. सो दिस इज द एंड ऑफ पार्ट 2 ऑफ योर स्कीम्स दैट आर देयर इन द जनवरी मंथ. ऑफ कोर्स अब हमारा जो तीसरा टारगेट रहेगा, जो तीसरा वीडियो रहेगा, दैट विल entirely be on your revision section, that is your MCQ section basically. So that is it. We are done with the 2 sections of your your schemes, in which entire schemes are basically discussed. हर एक scheme discuss हो चुकी है. Don't miss these videos because schemes coverage is very very important from your examination perspective. You cannot skip it, because if you see the trend, mostly schemes are asked. ठीक है, so that is it. I hope you have understood the concept basically, and I am very sure कि understanding the concepts is solely is not important. The importance is कि आप उसकी revision भी proper करिए. So I am very excited to meet you in the revision section. We are done with the 2 parts. So I hope everything is clear, and I'll meet you in the revision section. Okay, thank you so much.